Well, good morning, beautiful, and welcome to a little bit of makeup and a whole lot of Jesus. And this morning, we're going to be spending about the next 45 minutes together with some beauty on the outside and then also some beauty on the inside by working on a Bible memory verse. And then we'll have all week long to get that verse memorized and part of our being. So our foundation verse for this podcast is going to be, I have hidden your word in my heart that I might not sin against you. And that comes from Psalm 119, verse 11. And last week, we worked on the faithful love of the Lord never ceases, and that was, or never ends, depending on the translation that you're reading it from. And that comes from Lamentations 3:22. And this week, we are going to be working on... Oh, let me get over to it. There we go. This week, our new verse is, For it is by grace you have been saved. And that is Ephesians 2:8. And our coloring page for this week is going to be this one right here. And love this coloring page for you. So much fun in there. It's busy, yet not too busy. You should be able to do that one kind of quickly. So what is this coloring thing that we are talking about? So all of our scripture verses for season 1 are coming from the Word in Color coloring book. And so this is just going to give you a beautiful pictorial display at the end of season 1 of all the verses that we've done every single week together. And then we've got a couple of reviews in there too. So make sure that you stay connected with me on social media or the website, a little bit of makeup and a whole lot of Jesus.com, where all those videos are going to be available to you, and also the little artwork pieces as well. All right. So what are we going to be working on today? Today we are going, well, first let me get that ticker going across the bottom of your screen for you. So we've got that memory verse scrolling across there. So every time you look up, just make sure that, you know, you're getting a glance at that. And then there'll be some times where we'll stop for just a minute and review and say that verse together. And this will be the same thing that you'll do all week long, which will really help you to hide that verse in your heart. Okay, so our theme today is going to be purple and silver. I know that New Year's is just around the corner, and I thought this was like super fun, kind of like your face is a disco ball sort of thing. So we're going to be using a couple of sparkly things, and you can use those or you can omit those depending on your personality type and your preferences, but I would encourage you to try it just a little bit. So we are going to get started with our primer. This is the Urban Decay All-Nighter Primer. This just does a great job of, for me, controlling oil and then helping your foundation to last a little bit better, wear a little bit better. And so we're just going to use one pump of that. You're going to work that between your fingers. We're going to start in the center of the face, and then we're going to work out with that. And this is just going to even out any imperfections in your skin texture that you have. And like I said, to a certain extent, it's going to help control your oil, but it's definitely going to help your foundation to wear better and to last longer. All right, actually, let me get my chat up there because I hear y'all dinging. All right, good morning. Nice to have y'all with me. Look forward to seeing you. All right. And so in that chat, I mean, I've got a bunch of you all overlaid together. So in that chat there, ask any questions that you have, and I'll do my best to get that answered live. So you get your answer like in the moment to that. And if not, you know, put me a message on social media, whatever platform it is that you're on, and I'll answer it on there for you. All right. So now we have got our face primed. We are going to use our concealer. For me, that is the Bye Bye Under Eye from It Cosmetics. This is in the shade 11. I think it's light nude. Yeah, light nude. And speaking of It Cosmetics, they have a new moisturizer I just saw the other day in our Ulta ad. I cannot wait to try that. It is specifically for combo oily skin, and it's designed to control oil kind of suspended in a gel composure. So I am so excited. I cannot wait to try that. So we're just going to use a little ribbon of this. Start out with it under the eye area, gently using your middle finger so we're not tugging too much. And we're just going to kind of put it where we want it. We're going to let it warm up just a little bit to our body temperature so it will blend out a little bit easier. And then we'll have that concealer done. So we're looking for anything that you want to conceal. It could be redness, it could be hyperpigmentation, it could be darkness under the eyes, whatever it is for you. Just dab that on there. A little bit of this goes a long way. You can saw that was just like a little ribbon, and look how much it covered. And then we're going to use the tip of our Real Techniques. Which one is this one? The Real Techniques Miracle Air Blend Sponge. And the tip of that, kind of the pointy thing, we're just going to blend that out now that that's warmed up just a tiny bit. There you go. And around that eye area. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you use the tip or not the tip. I just like that the pointy end of that kind of helps you control it and get it in a little more precise spot. But yes, you can use any part of the sponge. Nothing magic about the tip, just the shape. I know I've seen those little mini concealer blender thingies. I don't know. For me, they're kind of hard to hold. They're just a little bitty teeny thing, little bit living space. So I don't really care for those very much, but that's a personal preference. Doesn't matter. You like those little tiny ones? Use the little tiny ones. All right, for foundation today, we're going to be using the Lancôme Teint Idole. This is the shade 225N, and this is in the new release formulation that actually has the SPF in it. So we're going to use like little mini pumps, about that much there, to cover different quadrants of our face. Doesn't matter where you start, just get it going. So for me, I like to start in the middle. And you're just going to kind of tap and blur. All right. Now I got some kind of like little wrinkly things there. So I like to kind of make it taut. So when I put the foundation there, it actually gets all in the little wrinkle area. I know. Getting old is not for the faint of heart. All right. Moving on to one of our cheek areas here. Gonna get right up to that concealer and just blend in nicely with that. Another partial pump. I know I should have used, no, where's your Hello Kitty headband? I should have had that on today. My hair, I know, isn't that true? It is growing out so much. Why is it that your hair grows so fast when you don't want it to, and then so slow when you do want it to? I'm pretty sure this was part of the fall of man. All right, another partial pump. We're going to catch underneath that chin line there, making sure we blend that out to our neck. I don't like it to go down too far, but I do like it to blend out a little bit. Part of that is I do have a little hyperpigmentation happening here from a what was it, Poison Ivy episode years and years ago. Damaged the pigmentation of my skin. But I don't like that line thing. All right, so another partial pump. There we go. You have clips in your hair. You don't need to do the hair pulling up part. I know, right? Okay, next week I'll use the Hello Kitty headband. Or cut my hair. One or the other. All right. So we're blending that up into the hairline just a little bit. We want to make sure that that goes all over the face area where you're going to be able to see. So just blending that in gently. You don't want it to like get in there and be all goopy, but you can see where it just blends right in nicely. Okay, and then getting into that eye socket area. Okay, ta-da! And now we are going to set that foundation. I am using the Lancôme Long Time No Shine. Love this setting powder. It is great for those combo oilies that just need a little something to help control the oil, to set that foundation. I like a nice pleasant matte finish, not overly matte, but a little bit matte. And so this will definitely help you achieve that all day long. So we're just going to use pretty much whatever is just left in your little reservoir to work around the eye area. It does come with a little puff, that is correct. And then we're going to screw it back on. We're going to give it a couple of taps upside down to release some of that powder into that chamber. And then we're going to work out the rest of our face. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you start. I just have a tendency to start in the center. And you're just pressing this into the foundation. We're not like overly working it. And I feel like I didn't quite have enough here. There we go. That feels better. Yeah, with that combo skin, I don't like to feel like a sticky under my eye. So I do like to use a setting powder under the eye. It's more of a, what does it feel like issue. Also for me, it seems like with that combo skin, setting the powder under the eye, I know it's kind of a catch-22 because it is said that it does accentuate the wrinkles under your eye if you use a setting powder under there. But the catch is, if you don't do that and you have combo skin, then you're going to have your foundation creeping up and building and gathering into those wrinkles. So one way or the other, you're going to see the wrinkles. So if I have to pick one thing over the other thing, I'm going to pick dry gathering. That's just me. Do what you like, but I have found that using a setting powder under the eye area makes your foundation perform a little bit better. So run an experiment, try it one way one day and try it another way the other day and see where that takes you. So now we're going to do our contouring. I'm going to be using the NARS. This is the Laguna 2, which is their original shade that they had. And we are going to be using, this is actually a foundation brush. This side here we're going to use for the highlighter. This side here we're going to use for the contouring low light bronzer color. So we're going to start out with the flat side, this side here. And you're just going to get that in there a little bit. We got where our cheekbone is here. We're going to go just above where that is. Kind of in a little bit of a curving shape. Heading kind of towards a little bit below the nostril there. All right. Still using the flat side. We're going to go right up against that hairline there. Now we're going to move to the edge. And the edge we're going to use under the jawline. Just keep your face in a natural, relaxed position so that you can tell where that jawline actually is. That will help to define, kind of help if you have a double chin or triple chin, it'll help alleviate some of that. Now we're still going to use that flat edge and we are going to shape our nose. And it looks like I don't have quite as much on that side as that side. Okay. There we go. Now we're going to grab our MAC. This is the Double Gleam Extra Dimension Skin Finish. Has a nice little pleasant bit of shimmer to it, but not too much. Now we're going to use this end of the brush. Just give that a couple of swirls around. We're going to hit the top of the cheek and then right beside that eyebrow. Dip it in there again. Go down the center of the face, making sure you accentuate that Cupid's bow right there. All right. Now we're going to grab a blush brush. And we're going to be using the Juvia's Place. This is in the volume 4. There is going to be a lot happening today with the eyes and the lips. So for today, I'm going to be using the lighter color. I know, kind of a shocker, right? All right. So blush brush. Yes, that is correct. You're just going to use the blush brush. You're going to dip it in there like a couple times because these are highly pigmented. So just going to literally give it a tap, tap. We're going to work between that low and that high. And then between them up the side. A little bit again. Just work over that bronzer up there. Kind of blend that down just a little bit. And you probably don't even need to tap it in again just to hit that chin and the tip of the nose. Just a little bit. All right. Okay, so now for some fun stuff. You ready for this? Okay, so now that we have our face is all primed and ready to go, let's dive in with our lip look today. So today we're going to be using 3 things on our lips. We are going to be using, this is the NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner in the color Amethyst. And then we're going to be using Oma. This is going to be Allure. This is part of their, what was the name of this series? Everything was like super sparkly. So love this one. And then we're going to be using the Urban Decay. This is the Moon Dust. And this is in the shade Glam Rock. We're going to use this on our lips as well. So just a little bit of fun on here. So hang with me. All right. So we're going to start out at the Cupid's bow. Get that the shape you want. And now work to the corner of the lip. All right. Now the bottom, let's actually start in the center and then we'll work out to each corner. And we are really riding on that lip line. Coming in just a little bit. Take a step back, make sure you like your shape. All right. Now we're going to come in with that Oma Allure. I'm telling you, I don't know if you can catch this on there, but this is just a beautiful, sparkly purple lipstick. So we're going to work out first from the Cupid's bow. And use the edge of that to really get along that lip line. Okay. Once you have the shape that you want, here comes the fun part. Okay, so we're going to take this eyeliner from Urban Decay. It's the Moon Dust in Glam Rock. This has a very nice fine brush on the tip of it. And we are going to line the outside of our lips with the eyeliner. Yes, I've done this a million times, and so I know you've heard me say this before, but my belief is if it's good for your face, it's good for your face. So let's take that liner. Let me see if I can get myself situated here. There we go. And you'll have to dip in kind of often. As soon as you see it not transferring glitter, go ahead and dip it back in. Okay. I don't know if you can see that from there, but I absolutely love that. So keep on to that glitter liner because we're going to use that on our eyes as well. I know, right? All right, so now that we have our lips done and they are ready to party, we are going to have our eyes meet up to where our lips have gone. So, oh, that is so fun. You got that shimmer glitter of the purple from that Allure. Was that Allure? Yeah. And then that kind of glitter party happening from that eyeliner. So, just love that. Okay, so now we're going to step onto our eyes. So we're going to be using three main things. Two of them are Juvia's Place. One is going to be Urban Decay. So the first thing is we're going to be using the Culture palette. Just going to be one color there. And then we're going to be using the Violets from Juvia's Place. And then we're going to grab, now I know the packaging is like the old school, but just bear with me. They've now got it in their Moon Dust line. This is called Moon Spoon. It's just kind of a nice shimmery silver. Unfortunately, this color is not in their new Moon Dust palette. I can't reach it from here. But they did a 4-color Moon Dust palette. That's super awesome. It just doesn't have a silver in it. So again, we're going to start with that Culture 2. Just the Culture palette. And we're going to be using this color right here. It is Idole. This one right here. And then we're going to start out with that just on the upper part of our brow. Just kind of a foundation backdrop of what we're going to be doing here. So we're going to be using it's actually a concealer brush. This is called, well, it says Love Beautifully. And then it's number 212 Essential Concealer. I like to use this one just on the upper part of the brow bone here, just because it covers so much territory at once. And it just delivers it nice, fine, and smooth. You don't have to reload the brush. Great for covering large spaces. So we're just going to catch the top of that brow bone there. There we go. Nice. And then we are going to be using an all-over shadow brush. So we can set aside that palette now. And we're going to switch gears to the Violets by Juvia's palette. Now today we're going to be we're going to use this one here. Then we're going to use this one here. And finally that one there. Okay. So starting out with not an angled brush. There we go. We're going to just be using an actual all-over shadow brush. And that looks like this right here. This is a MAC, maybe a 289, 239. I don't know. You're going to use one that looks like this. And we're going to start out with that lighter color. And we're going to fill in from the bottom of our lid all the way up to where we just put that lighter shade. Here we go. Just fill in that whole thing. This is just going to be a nice foundation for the colors that we are going to be using. Okay, get any fallout. Remember, grab your little duster brush whenever you finish and just swoop it away. You'll be fine. Okay, again, other side. Just going from that very inside corner all the way up. So when you open your eyes, if you have hooded eyes like I do, when you open your eyes and look forward, you want to see that coming above where the crease is. Otherwise, it will be lost when your eyes are open, which is most of the time that people are looking at you. Okay, and we're going to again go all the way to that outside corner. And this particular look you could do with any, you just need a light, a medium, and a dark. No, and then a glitter helper. Okay, so we're just going to go over that, blend that in just a smidge. All right, I have a little eye watering going on. There we go. Does anybody else's eyes do that too? Oh my gosh, it just drives me crazy. Okay, so I'm not alone in this. Now we're going to be using that angled brush. And the angled brush we're going to be using first in this dark one here. And then we'll use a different one to go in that one there. So for right now, angled brush, this right here. So you're going to use the flat part of that angled brush. Get it into that darker shadow. And we are going to be working, you can see that the crease of my eye is like right down here, and we're going to be going above that, right where you can feel that brow bone right there. We're going to be riding right along that brow bone right there. Or maybe it's a socket bone, whatever that bone is. And we're going to go right on the top of that. And in this particular palette, you can see there's not a whole lot of color differentiation between this and the lighter one they used. That's okay. We'll work it out here in a second. Okay, now we're going to use it also about halfway on the bottom lid, if I can get enough on there. There we go. And we're just going to add it right here from the corner to about the center of the eye. And then you're just going to blend that out a little bit up to the top. Okay. Again, you can see the fallout there. You're just going to use your brush. Blur it away. Okay. So same thing on the other side. Using that flat edge, we're going to work right on that socket bone right there. Coming from the outside corner. And then from the inside corner to the middle. Now I think I want to give a little more depth here, so we're going to come in here just a little bit. Let me do the same thing on the other side. There you go. And then we got some fallout, so let's dust that away. All right, so now we're going to have some fun with that darker shade that we've got in there. So we're going to grab two things. We're going to grab a smudger and we're going to grab an eyeliner brush. So eyeliner brush, smudger. We're going to start out with the eyeliner brush, then we'll come back in and blend out a little bit with the smudger. So eyeliner brush, you're going to use the edge of that there, and we're going to use that in the darkest shade that we have. So you're just going to blend that there, and we're going to ride along that bottom line there. And then come in from the outside corner into that center. Okay, same thing on the other side. And then from the center to the outside corner. And now we're going to grab our smudger. Now the smudger you're going to take in the shadow and you're just going to tap, tap. And then we're just going to blend out what we just did a little bit. So you're kind of working in little whoop, whoop, upward strokes. Yeah, that's Cindy. That's the technical whoop, whoop. That's the technical word. And then we want to make sure that we are hitting those outside corners really well. There you go. Give a little intensity out there on that outside. Okay. Man, my eyes are just watering like crazy today. I don't know what is in the air. All right. So now that we've got this, we got a lot of purple going on. We are going to break that up just a tiny bit with our glitter liner and then also this moon dust that we have. So let's start out with the moon dust. So we got this one right here. This is just kind of a nice silver. So no matter what brand of eyeshadow or topper it is that you're using, you're just grab a silver one. So this, we're going to use our finger. I do have a, let me see if I can find it here. I have this brush here. It's kind of in the shape of a finger. I think this is a MAC 194. So this almost acts like a finger. It's just very flat and it's a little kind of stiff. So you can use this one too because it kind of behaves like what your finger would behave with. Do your finger though too, and we're just going to grab it and just sort of set it in place here. We're looking for the silver shimmer. So we're going to go just in the center and just place that in there. Going about halfway. Okay. And I think we'll go ahead and do the bottom liner, and then we'll come back and add the glitter liner just to make sure that it doesn't get disturbed. So let's see. Let's grab our Perversion. This is the 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil from Urban Decay. And we're going to go from the outside corner to about the middle. And then we're going to do the same thing on the bottom. Okay. Now we're going to grab that eyeliner brush that we had been using previously, if I can find it. There we go. And we're going to go back to the Juvia's Place purples that we had. You're going to go to this color here that we used, and then we're going to use a little bit of this on the outside edge. So the flat edge of the eyeliner brush again. We're going to go right under the eye, right on top of that black liner that we just put there. And bring that about 3/4 of the way across. Okay, now we're going to go into that darker shade, and we're just going to go on the very outside. Blend that up and around the corner. Okay. Now, the fun part. Now we're going to use that glitter eyeliner in the way it was intended on the eyes. So we're going to take it out of its little package. We're going to go right to the inside corner, and we're just going to put that onto the inside of the lid and work it out a little bit, kind of into a triangle. I see my light is changing on us. That's always fun. Okay. Get as much glitter in there as you want. Go as far out as you want. Just have fun with it. Only thing is you want to make sure you're not going above where that dark shade starts over here. Okay, we're going to kind of let that dry down just a tiny, tiny bit. And then we're going to work to the inside and down the bottom and across and over. We're going to meet it to where it meets that purple. There you go. And we're going to fan that down, let that dry. I don't know if you can see that, but oh my goodness, that is just a lovely shimmer. Now we are going to add our eyeliner on the top. So I am going to grab my Too Faced. This is the Better Than Sex liquid eyeliner in the black. And we're going to line that top of the lid. I'm going to go from the outside corner. You go all the way to the inside. Just a nice, thin, defined line. Okay. Now we're going to move to our brows and then we'll get our lashes. So, you know what we have not done? We have not said our verse yet. I am so sorry. So we've got that scrolling across the bottom of our screen. So let's say that verse together. In a perfect world, we had done this right after the contouring. So, for it is by grace that you have been saved. Ephesians 2:8. Okay, onward to our brows. Now, my brow pencil, eyeliner pencil, had a frustration with the sharpener this morning. So you'll notice it's kind of in a funky shape, but whatever. All right, so whatever brow product is that you're using, you're going to do that now. You don't love your brows, you don't love your brow product, come see my girl Olivia, and she will get you hooked up. So for me, I have a little bit of that pink left in my hair, so we're going to be using, what is this? This is the NYX Eye Pencil Crayon in the shade Cupcake. So you're going to outline those brows. Me extend them just a little bit further. Get you the shape you want. There you go. Gonna work it out a little bit to the inside. My brow has a tendency to go a little shorter than what that is. Take a step back, make sure you got your brows evenly. All right. Now, usually I do lashes, but for today I'm not going to. We're just going to curl our lashes and put on some mascara. So I am using the Tarte lash curler. This is the same shape as their original one that they have. It was just a holiday edition that they did a couple of years ago. I know the one that they did for holiday this year had some kind of spiky things on it. Not really too much of a fan of the spiky things. It's uncomfortable when you press down into it. And evidently my mascara did not make it over here. So let me grab that. Nice wheeling back and forth. All right, so lash curler is from Tarte, and then my mascara from today is going to be the Monsieur Big from Lancôme. I like waterproof because once I put it there, I do not want it to go anywhere, and you can tell how much my eyes are watering today, so if I didn't use waterproof, it'd be all over my face. Okay, so again, Tarte lash curler. You're going to get that lash curler set up so that your lashes are all in between those two plates. And when you crimp down on it, you do not want it pinching your eyelid. So if it pinches your eyelid, you need to release, pull it out just a tiny bit, and try it again. No eyelid pinching. That eventually is going to result in, number one, your eyelid hurting. But number two, it will pull the hairs out of your eyelid, and you don't want that. So, all right, so we're going to get it all situated. We're going to give a couple of test crimps till we find that perfect sweet spot. There we go. Okay, you ready? We're going to say that Bible verse together twice while we're crimping. Here we go. Ready and go. For it is by grace you have been saved. Ephesians 2:8. One more time. For it is by grace you have been saved. Ephesians 2:8. Now, because I'm not wearing lashes, I'm actually going to pull it away just a little bit and say that verse one more time. For it is by grace you have been saved. Ephesians 2:8. Now I'll go to the other side. Here we go. Put it down. Find your sweet spot. There we go. Ready and go. For it is by grace you have been saved. Ephesians 2:8. For it is by grace you have been saved. Ephesians 2:8. Release a little. Pull it out just a smidge. One more time. For it is by grace you have been saved. Ephesians 2:8. All right. Now we're all ready for that mascara. So we're going to start out scraping off the tip. First coat. Go into the front and the behind of your lashes. Need a little more even coverage when you're not wearing false lashes. There we go. Okay, mascara wand in, pull it out, do the lash on the other side. It's all right, evidently my arm touched my lights. There you go. Using the tip of that wand to catch those tiny hairs on the inside. And because this is a waterproof mascara, it dries pretty fast. So we're going to go ahead and do the second coat. Go back to the first lash you did. And again, we're using the point to work out those little tiny ones. All right, mascara wand in, second eye. All right, before we get to the final coat there, we're going to move to the bottom lashes. And so for this one, I use a little tiny mirror. It's a magnifier. Just helps me be able to see better and to catch every little hair down there. So mascara wand pulled out. And yes, on my bottom lashes, that's a great question. While I do 3 coats on the top ones, I only do 1 on the bottom. Just make sure it's an effective, efficient coat. You can rotate your mascara wand around so you're using all of the product that came out on it. And you're going to go from the top and also catch the underside. All right, wand in. And now let's do the other side. And again, you're getting from the back side and the top side. Using that pointy tip to catch those ones that just didn't quite get covered. All right. Now mascara wand in. We're gonna do each lash one more time. Okay, so here's this side. Catching those tips again. And now the other side. Okay, if you touched any part of your cheek, remember you can use your little bullet. All right. Now we were doing a lot of dark eyeshadows today. So if you do find that you have a little bit of fallout and maybe it's made the under eye area just a tiny bit dark, you can grab your Lancôme Long Time No Shine. You're just going to get a little bit on that puff and just work under that eye area. Now, I probably didn't need to do that, but I just wanted to show you how to do that. Okay, so when you've done that, though, you usually do need to come back. I'll use just a highlighter brush for that, and then just come back in that highlighter and put that highlighter back on there because you just kind of brushed it off. There you go. And also just because I love that highlighter. Okay. So let's say that verse together one more time. For it is by grace you have been saved, Ephesians 2:8. Now, what is it that we are missing right now? So the one thing we are missing is setting our makeup. Now we've got it all. We got it perfectly the way that we want. So we are going to use the Urban Decay. This is the all-nighter. For me, it is the De-Slick setting spray. So whatever your pleasure, whatever your finish, whatever your skin type, you use the one that works best for you. They have an amazing selection of different setting sprays. So no matter what look it is that you're trying to achieve or what skin type it is that you're working with, they've got something that'll work for you. So we're going to take the lid off of that, give it a couple of shakes, and give that some sprays. There we go. All right, we're going to let that dry down for just a second. There we go. All right. Well, thanks so much for hanging out with me today. This has been a little bit of makeup and a whole lot of Jesus. I look forward to hanging out with you the rest of this week. We'll be learning that memory verse together. Better yet, come see me at my store in Midlothian, Texas, and we can chat about makeup and just have some fun hanging out together. So we are going to do a review of our memory verses that we have been working on so far. And so this is going to be on your screens. Try to say these verses as best you can. If you're new, don't even worry about it. Just catch up when you can. Just say that verse as it comes along. Okay, you ready? Here we go. Well, how did you do? I know some go by so fast. It's hard to get on that one, the brothers, whatever is pure, whatever is holy. That one is super hard. You can't even get that one in there that fast because there's too many words in the verse. But I hope you have enjoyed that. And as I said before, all of our verses are coming from the Word in Color coloring book. So I got that QR code on your screen for you. You can also use the link on there as well. So until we meet again, my friends, here, let me get that off the screen. There we go. Maybe. Okay, there we go. So until we meet again, my friends, the Lord bless you and keep you. Make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord lift his face toward you and give you peace. I just love scripture and song because it helps you remember everything so well. So, Heavenly Father, I just thank you so much for all the people that have come and have shared this time with me together, Father, that we have worked on beauty on the outside, but most importantly, beauty on the inside. I just pray that you would bless us this week as we work on this verse, that we would hide that word in our hearts so that we can use it to encourage ourselves and encourage others around us. Father, just pray that you would help us to be diligent in this effort and that you would help us to have an amazing week until we meet again next week. In Jesus' name, I pray. Amen. Well, it has been a joy to hang out with you. I look forward to seeing you maybe on Apple Podcasts, Podbean, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, whatever the case may be. So I hope that you have an absolutely beautiful day this week. I look forward to seeing you on the website, a little bit of makeup and a whole lot of Jesus.com. And you guys have an amazing week. Let me get over here to our video so I can get us closed out here. Alrighty. So, we are having just all kinds of fun and technical difficulties today. There we go. Okay. Well, you guys have an amazing week this week. Love you, and I'll see you next week, beautiful.